Welcome to Something Edible. I don't know about you, but I love to grill corn. Just getting out there on the barbecue, putting some char, a little bit of flame on that corn, nothing tastes better than that. Whether you're eating it alone or putting it next to a big old steak or pork chop, it's just good eating. And you know, one of my favorite ways to do corn is the elotes or Mexican street corn. But the problem with that is that you're talking about not only putting chili on that and some seasoning on that corn, but you're also talking about cheese and then sour cream and or mayonnaise. It kind of takes the whole idea of eating vegetables in the first place and just kind of tosses it out the window. So what I've got here is I've got a recipe to kind of skinny up Mexican street corn. I mean, we're using just enough oil to make things happen, and then we're still packing a whole mess of flavor on top of that corn when we grill it. So I'm going to show you here how to make this chili lime grilled corn. It's going to be awesome. This corn, other than it being all about the grilling, is all about the seasoning too. So I mix my own together. I got a little extra left over from last time. That's okay. We can just add it right into the shaker here. I'm going to start with a teaspoon of pickling salt. I use pickling salt here because it's a finer grain than kosher salt. We really want that to get in all the nooks and crannies of our corn. And then I'm going to add a teaspoon of smoked paprika. You can use plain here too if you're just going for color, but if you're going for flavor, you're going to want the smoked stuff. I also use a teaspoon of ancho chili powder. I grind mine fresh. You can do whatever you want with yours though. Plain old chili powder will work in a pinch too. I also use a half teaspoon of coriander and a half teaspoon of fine grain raw sugar. You can use plain old table sugar here too. That's fine. And then we're also going to use a quarter teaspoon of true lime. It's just crystallized lime. One packet's an eighth of a teaspoon, so I'm using 2 packets. This stuff is awesome anytime you want a lime flavor but don't want all the extra liquid with it. And I'm also going to add a quarter teaspoon of black pepper to that. And I don't have my black pepper shaker, so I'm going to go grab that real quick. There we go. 9 or 10 turns of my mill will get that to me. I got these nifty little empty spice jars at the grocery store. You can just pour right into them with your funnel and then make sure the lid's tight, and then you give it a shake. And this works pretty good because now I can just open this up and baste my corn and then season it. Alright, to get this corn ready to grill, we need a little bit of oil to move those flavors along and to make sure things don't really get burned. And so what I'm doing here is I'm basting this corn with just a little bit of sunflower oil. And you can use extra virgin olive oil if you like, or any other kind of oil that you like. But the fact of the matter is I've got this stuff like right down the road. They do this in Hoxie, Kansas, and it's extra virgin cold pressed sunflower oil, and it's pretty good on corn. So you know, we're gonna support local businesses, and we're gonna use that oil, and it's a very appropriate use for it anyway. So okay, so I think that's pretty good for the drizzle. We've got nothing more than about 2 tablespoons of that sunflower oil there, so it doesn't take much. You might not even use that much. Just enough to make our pre-made chili lime shake stick to the corn. And don't be stingy with this stuff either. You put on as much as you like. You can always season a little bit afterwards too. Come here. There we go, and you know, get both sides too. Okay, I think it's time to go out and grill. That grill should be plenty hot now. Let's take these outside and show them the flame. Alright, this grill's hot as heck, and we're ready to put the corn on. So, whew! Okay. We want a lot of direct heat here, and we want to make that corn sizzle. And 2 minutes per side is what we're looking for here, for a total of about 8 minutes. at that really hot 475, 500 degree heat. 2 minutes, then we'll flip. All right, that's another 2 minutes. Time to flip these another quarter turn. And that corn's starting to look really nice. We're getting a good char on there. You can still make out the seasoning. That char, we're getting a little bit of that char from our from the sugar in there, as well as the sugars in the corn and the oil. It's going to add to the overall flavor of everything. Back down the lid goes in another 2 minutes. Another 2 minutes, another quarter turn. We're getting an awesome char on there now. This is the reason you grill corn. All right, that's been 8 minutes, and that's really all we need. It's going to feel like this corn might not be completely done. It's got a little bit of carryover cooking left in it, and we're going to let it finish that way. Just a couple more minutes here, and I really think you could dig in now. It smells phenomenal. Really good stuff. It's going to taste fantastic. All right, I'll let these cool a little bit. Got a napkin. Got some more of the seasoning because I want a little bit more on mine. Woo. It's getting away from me here. And they're pretty hot, so there we go. All right, let's see how this tastes. Corn's still a little crunchy. That's okay. You want that. It's a little sweet. That's what we want, and you get that great grilled flavor. You get that char on there. Fantastic.